Now I'm going to show you first what, rather than save my sample to the end, I'm going to show you what the card looks like, because I want to try and make it with 6x6 cardstock. So this is a double point card. So we've got the designer series paper at the back, and you need, for this card, you really need to have a designer series paper that has got an all over pattern rather than one that's got images, because of the way that it gets folded, the top ones would be upside down. So, and then you lift up the top flap, you lift up the bottom, or put down the bottom one, and then you can open that little card. So it is quite a cute little card. This one I saw Jamie Albanese had made this one, and I've never seen one before, and then I googled them and they're everywhere. So, but I have not ever seen one before, and I've never made one before, so I thought I would bring it to you. But I want to try it with 6x6 paper, because I don't have a lot of designer series paper that is all over pattern at the moment. So I want this one to be more of my facing page, I guess. So I'm going to flip over and I'm going to work, this will be my back side. And I'm just going to line the two up and put my glasses on so I can see. And I'm just going to I've just got regular sticky tape, and we're just going to work it sort of the way we did with that butterfly card that we did the other day, that we did last week. So I'm just going to tape my two together, and that's going to be my center point. And I've got my measurements here. Okay, so we're going to pretend that this is a full sheet of 6 inches by, I don't know whether I should have done that in that position, because I should have cut it first. Never mind, we might need to put a little bit more on there. So we need to have 10 centimeters. I was going a little bit gung-ho. I shouldn't have, because I haven't done it with 2 6x6s before. So there will probably be mistakes by me, and I think I've already made one. Okay, so we want it to be 10 centimeters. And our length needs to be 24.5 centimeters. So half of 24. I sort of want to try and get that in the, I should have put my tape a little bit different. I want to sort of try and get the line in the middle. So I'm going to do 12, wait a minute, that's not going to work, so if I cut it there, wait a minute, I got to get my calculator, so 30 subtract 24.5 equals 5.5, so I want to cut at 5.5. Okay, this is on the fly. I shouldn't do these things on the fly, right? So now I want it at 24. This is only if you are using 6x6 paper that you have to muck around like this too, by the way. And that didn't work either. Oh my goodness. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm sure that join is going to be hardly noticeable. Okay, so I have got a card base. Now these are my measurements going by my cards, but if you were using a different size card, I think you'll still be able to get the same gist of things, okay? So my card base is 10.5 by 13. So I am working this piece to this piece here. So I now want to score at 6 centimeters. Oh, I nearly grabbed that one. 6 centimeters and 18.5. I will put all these measurements on my blog when we do the replay. So, okay, so 10 centimeters by 24.5, scoring at 6, scoring at 18.5. Then, don't put that away too far. We want to mark at 5 centimeters. I need to work this side. We need to mark at 5 centimeters, top and bottom. Okay. And then we are going to score from that 5 centimeter mark to the score line. And then swing around and do the other edge so that we've got like a little triangle going on. and then the same with the other end. So point to the score line. Point to the score line. Good. Still glitchy. It's not, it was glitchy for me last week. It's not glitchy for me this morning. The replay will be fine. Actually, oh no, it's not glitchy. Okay, then we want to fold those lines and we get a nice little overlapped sort of nice little point there. So I didn't actually follow any instructions for this. I saw what the finished card looked like, and then I've sort of made my own up as I've gone along. So I don't actually know that whether this is the right way to make it or not. So that's how I'm making it. It worked. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of tape down. Oops, I've got a new one going. There we go. You just want to stick them down. So, but I just wanted to show that you can use your 6x6 paper. Of course, it's much easier with your 12x12. Oh, come on. There we go, that'll get it. Sticky, sticky. Okay, and I'll use my bone folder in a minute. So then just fold that one down, fold that one in, and then we've got our nice little double pointer. Now you will be able to see that a little bit because I was silly. Cut your paper first and then stick your tape. I was a little bit silly. I was a little bit over eager, I think. Okay, so now we just want to adhere this to the card base. Oh, goodness me. Oh, I know what I did wrong. It's all sticky there, it's catching. I think when I replaced my last refill, I didn't give it a good clean because it gets a little bit gummy. Okay, and I did it again. I know what I'm doing wrong. And then we just stick that onto our base, like so. Okay, now for our insert, and going again by my size. If you were using a different size card, then you can just play with the measurements a little bit. But mine is now 18 centimeters by 11.5, and I've scored it at 9. So that'll give me a little card here. Sticking everywhere. Got lots of glue, but first, actually no, I will stick it in first. So on the back side, we will just put some more adhesive. Open it up and pop that in. We shouldn't really see the join too much of where that paper is. You're going to see a little bit because I stupidly put that sticky tape there. But then we have our little card like that. So we can do some stamping. Actually, I'll do my stamping last, I think. I know I shouldn't do that because if I make a mistake. But anyway, so next is just to cover that little enclosure, and I've already got bits and pieces here just to save us a bit of time. So I've cut out the largest of the layering circles that I could get, and that one's going to get put over there. You can use any shape you like, but I'm just going to pop that on there, and then using the dies that I'm going to be using in my class, the Pierced Blooms dies, and so I wanted to show you there's 25 of them, and what I did this time, I thought I am not going to remember where these went, so I actually grabbed my pencil and I traced around each of the dies so that I had a rough idea of where to put them when they go back. But I think I'm going to have to invest in some of those window sheets. They don't, and then you have to go around, try and find which one, but it's roughly where it's going to go. So that's what I did for that one. So I've cut out a few of the flowers already. Oh, and here's the matching stamp set as well to go with that. So I've cut out a heap of, I've got white ones, 3 white ones, and I've cut out, whoops, some of the little centers. They're jumping around everywhere. So I'm going to pop these guys on with a mini dimensional. Just pop them into the center. And the great thing about some of these dies is that they're 2 flowers, like the 2 centers were actually hooked together, so you can cut 2 centers out at the same time. Right. And I've also got a couple of leaves from Granny Apple Green because I love the Granny Apple with the Melon Mumbo. Okay, so let's adhere, let's work out where we're going to place these guys. I'll probably use dimensionals again. And I just pop 1 in each, and that way I can also get the leaves to poke under. Okay. Good morning, those coming in, Priscilla. Lots of people coming in. Everyone's a bit quiet today, but that's okay. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop these. So, and you'll notice too that the leaves go in opposite directions, which is really handy because sometimes you want that. You want that little bit of, you know, different movement from your leaves because sometimes they're identical and you don't get that. So I'm just going to pop these 2 up there somewhere. Chuck that under. Have them sit down. Where's my block? Usually try and put my block on there to, sometimes your Tombow or whatever adhesive, liquid adhesive you're using needs just a moment to stick. So I usually just pop a block on top to get them to stick. The stamp. In Bloom, this one. So, but I'm not using the stamp today, just using the die cut, which is called the Pierced Blooms die. Now, which one's the front? Which one's the back? That one's the back. And the little one, just to go down here, somewhere down there. So I've got a little bit of that going on. So and now I'm just going to stick that at the top. Now we only want it to adhere to the top here. So I am going to line it up where I want it. Actually, I don't want it hanging there because they'll overhang. So I need to rotate just a little bit. And I'm just going to put a little mark on there and there, just so that I know to put my adhesive just on this part here. And pop that on there. So now, oops, I should have gone up a little bit higher. Oh, can I squish it up? There we go. Okay, so now when we open our card, we've got a nice little flap. Now, can I say that I don't really like the sayings on the stamp set? So I'm actually going to use the Pretty Perennials, and I'm going to choose Sending Lots Of. And this way, just be careful with your stamping. Just make sure you get it nice because your card's already completed and now you're going to be stamping in it. So just make sure that your block's clean. I know I picked up a little bit of ink there on the block. So just make sure everything's nice and clean, everything's up the right way, because the last thing you want to do is muck it up. Now I know that I can go roughly in there. So because I want it to be hidden. So sending lots of, that'll be nice and hidden. And then we can open this up. So sending lots of happy. So here's my happy. Pick that up. This one has been used to death. It's losing a little bit of its sticky. All right, I will make sure this one's up the right way there. Okay, so sending lots of happy, and you could always put birthday or mail. They need another word. They need wishes as well, because then you could have said sending lots of happy birthday wishes. So there we go. There is our card. So just again, because it's 6x6 paper, you can see a little bit of my tape. I would have done it a little bit differently. But with your 12x12, it's just pretty straightforward. So I will have all the measurements for these for my size card over on my blog when I've got all of this set up and ready to go a little bit later on today. So, and with this piece here, because this is with the fern, Forever Fern, I had a piece of, I've been waiting to be able to use this. So I just did like a watercolor wash on some glimmer paper, shimmer paper, and cut it out once it had dry. And I've got 2 pieces of this fern that I've been waiting to use on a card, so that came together perfectly. So you can see you can use any shape that you like. Now also the way that it stands, because I was thinking, I don't know how that's going to stand, because, you know, and then I figured, well, the recipient can figure that out. But it does actually, I don't know whether you can see that from an up view, but it does actually stand. And you can also make a horizontal card and it will stand like that. So depending on what you're using. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how they stand as well. So yeah, so there we go. That was a little bit of fun to play with. Nice little, something a little bit different again. So, but thanks to Jamie, I'd never seen one before, so you can go and check Jamie Albanese out as well. She is a demonstrator in the US. So thanks very much for watching. Don't forget, today only until just before midnight is free shipping on orders of $45. It is a Stampin' Up promotion this time. And also my class has been opened yesterday. I must admit, we've had a lot of sign-ups already, and I do have limited places. So, and for that you get this as well. Well, you just purchase this and everything else comes for free. So there we go. Have which one's your favorite? The green one, pink one? So you could do like a green base to tie everything in, so if you wanted to as well. So, but you can play to your heart's content. Oh, I didn't know the painted in background embossing folder was out. I will have to go and have a look. I will look that up for you, Kim. I didn't realise that it was out, so I will go and look. Pink, green, nice. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again, and hopefully I can save this properly, because like I said, I've got a new Facebook business page now and it's thrown me for a loop. So cross fingers that I can save this so I can edit it for YouTube again. Okay, cheers, thanks for watching, bye.